So I was reading the email that was sent to me by America's Scam Room or America's Card Room when they permanently banned me and terminated my account. Now, in this email, they sent two of their terms, and you see here number 10. They sent 9 and 10, I believe. So number 10, there's two things that caught my eye. It says any suspicious or criminal activity will be promptly reported to the appropriate authorities. Okay. So suspicious activity has been looming from America's card room since they started, since the beginning. So they are guilty of suspicious activity. So they themselves broke their own contract. Now it says criminal activity. Well, America's Card Room, you have definitely engaged in criminal activity. Not just scamming and cheating customers, but also money laundering and a Ponzi scheme. And this Ponzi scheme came about when they started accepting cryptocurrency. So I want you guys to be aware of that. Um, have they reported? Have they promptly reported themselves to the appropriate authorities? No, they haven't. Um, Now, the second part I want to talk about, if you go on if you go on a lot of the poker threads, you would see people talking about how they've won money even from the casino and on poker, and they've won a large sum of money, but then these sites don't pay out. Some of these sites will also come back and say and ban these people or tell them that they're not paying out because it's either they used to use the excuse of an error, but then I mean, how many times can you use that excuse? So now then they start using the excuse of suspicious activity or this and that, and so they'll leave it like that, close these people account, don't even pay them. Now, for the poker thread part, there has been plenty of poker players that's been able to win a good sized tournament, or and also the ones like myself where they try to find a way to avoid the scam, avoid the cheating, and pull off some good wins here and there, and sort of build up. Eventually, they'll come to these people, close their account as well, s tell them that they're cheating, and that's why they're closing it. If they do give an excuse, sometimes they don't even give an excuse. They just close the account and leave it like that. Again, they don't want people like me and like that on their site. Um, and again, people like me, those that don't load any money, still able to pull off some wins and cash right out. Because that money leaves. They look at me um, as one of those players like what the casinos do. Like you go to a brick and mortar casino. We know the house has the edge, but what happens when the house loses the edge? Great example, blackjack. You have card counters. Card counting is not illegal. They don't want it, but they can deny your business. Um, you can go into there. I can be a card counter. They notice that I'm a card counter. What are they going to do? They're going to ban me from the property. They're going to tell me not to come back. They don't want my action here. So again, that's what America's Card Room is doing. They don't want my action there. So that's fine. Um, but check this out. The second part, all of what I just said within the last few seconds, it goes with the second part. It says the balance of funds in any user account closed by ACR due to user misconduct, fraud, or collusion may be seized, and each such user shall forfeit any and all interest. So I understand that part, and I agree, that's perfectly fine when it says the fraud and the collusion. But when they say misconduct, what do you guys really mean by that? See, you can't trust companies that want to keep your money because they want to. or they want to make up little stuff. Now, what misconduct have I engaged in? Because if you look at the email, they said I treat their which I know they meant threat, but they said I treat their employees, which you guys read for yourselves. There's no treat or there's no threat in those no, in that email. They also say, um, I guess I forgot the term they used. Maybe it wasn't. Well, yeah, there wasn't. There was no threat. So, like, if there was a threat, then why aren't you? Why didn't you guys report me to the appropriate authorities? You know, but that's just, it makes no sense. It completely contradicts itself, and it just goes to show you can't trust because they're saying user misconduct. As you guys can see, they did it over email and most likely my they came across my YouTube videos. That is not user misconduct because I'm not using your software and doing any type of misconduct. The only thing I'm doing is showing people the scams and the cheating that the site is engaging in. So it completely makes no sense. So I just want you guys to see that, hear that, and I want to point that out. Because if they're willing to keep your funds for something they themselves want to conclude that is misconduct and which it isn't, or user misconduct, I mean, what more of a ripoff is that? But yeah, that's all I want to say. So be careful.